Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday edition of the morning show. Little change of plans. We talked with our good friend, the mayor of Wellston, Charlie Hudson. He was going to be our guest today. Had a little bit of an incident, so he's all right. He's totally fine. He's just needed to not be here today.
Okay.
So I was talking with our good friend Kim Harless yesterday, and she said, "Hey, let's talk about Hog Wild and some other fun things going on with the Farm Bureau, and also the school first day of school yesterday in Jackson."
So exciting. Seems like it's so early.
It
but
does.
Pretty much everyone around us is starting. At least the kids are starting on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Teachers are going back today.
Yeah. So we have a lot to talk about today. We always love when you come in. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So how are things at the Farm Bureau?
Things are good. Well, we started off this morning, thought it was good, and then Jordan got a phone call from Westview, and her little boy is sick.
Oh,
so
no.
She had to go get him. So our office is closed right now.
Oh, no.
But no worries. I'll be back in there here in a little bit. And of course, I just advertised we have sweet corn,
of course.
Ways Market.
You just can't get it between 9 and 10, okay?
Right. No, it'll be after that, and I will be open through lunch, I promise. But other than that, yeah, we have been through our fair season. I've been to 5 different fairs in 4 weeks.
I'll bet.
Scioto finished up last week, so we are good with fairs now, and just ready to start our other events and annual meetings, and then maybe October I'll take a little break, and then we'll be back at it.
You take a break. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh, goodness. I think I'm feeling it this year, though. I really am. It's just, I think with the heat and how humid it has been throughout the fairs, it just wears you down. Yeah. It really does. And I'm getting older, so.
Well, I mean, no, we're not going to go there. But no, I totally feel what you're saying. And man, that heat, the humidity just sucks it right out of you.
Now it's nice. So these fairs that are in September, October, I often said, I don't know if I could do our fairs that late. But I think I could. Sweatshirts would be nice.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And I say the animals would agree as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The only problem is that they go to the state fair before their county fair, which is a little confusing. But
that is.
Some go during their fair, so it all washes out.
It all works out. It all works out. And what just a fun thing to be able to, get back in the swing of the fairs and be able to do them kind of normally and whatever. As we've been, fighting this for several years now, and Jamie and I were asked to do a podcast yesterday from a guy that he does a podcast about breweries and things like that. And nationwide, I don't know how he asked us, but anyway, that was neither here nor there. But, and that was part of our discussion was, just how this pandemic has just literally like worn us all down.
It has.
It just beats you down and whatever, and nobody wants to focus on it, but it's still been there. It's lingering.
It's still there.
In the background and all of that. And it is nice to be able to just have a fair, and you're still worried about it, but not like having to go through all of the different protocols and things like that and cancel things. And will this happen or will that happen? And so it does make it a little bit nicer. And of course, school as well. But we'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to school.
Yeah, for sure. Because she puts on all these different hats. It's so fun how you wear all these different hats when you're here.
It depends on what color shirt I have on, I think, sometimes.
So the fairs, how did everything seem to go off well?
I think so. I feel like, and I haven't seen the numbers, but I know Jackson's fair numbers were up for sale for the buyers for our kids. Vinton County was definitely up. There was lots of records set on animals. Theirs is a little smaller, a few less kids, but I think overall numbers are a little down this year,
Mhm.
even in my Pike and Scioto. And I think kids taking those 2 years off really hurt,
Yeah.
the program. Not that it can't build back up.
Oh, and it will.
It will.
I
It's just
think.
going to take a little time. And I'm noticing that, we went from sit-down annual meetings 3 years ago, to having our stuff at the fair where people come and vote, and we get all of our stuff done during the fair. And we're going back to sit-down meetings, which I may switch back next year because numbers are really low. People don't want to come sit down at a dinner hardly. I mean, unless they have to.
Is it because they're just still thinking?
I don't know.
In the back of their
I'm
minds?
hoping to figure that out. I think in the back of their mind, it's still inside someplace and 5 or 6 people at a table. I mean, we can spread that out a little bit, but right now my numbers seem to be a little bit down for annual meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So we may go back to COVID, things we did during COVID. We had to think outside the box, and it worked.
For sure.
I mean, it worked. When you can get more people to stop by at the fair to come and vote than you can at a sit-down dinner, I think that's your answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Because our audience is there. So, and
That's
kids are
right.
so busy. School started, and all of our meetings are usually August, September. So, sports are full force.
Oh, yes.
It's just hard for a free evening.
It is. And parents, if you have more than, if you have a child, let alone, 3 or 4 or whatever children, it's tough. I don't know how they do it, but, and I think that, I know thinking back, when I was in 4-H, I had the fair that week and that was it. And, as I got older, I had work and the fair, I went to my job and back and forth. But my goodness, now it's just that, and then it's sports, and then it's this and that, and vacation.
And you try to tie vacation in there somewhere, so you can have a week's piece or just
or at least
sometimes
to
relax, a little bit. But it's very demanding now.
It is.
Seems like
way more.
It is way more than it used to be.
We used to just go to the fair and hang out for a week, and that was all we had to do.
Yep. And sometimes people are now taking their vacation during the week, and that's their vacation.
Yeah.
Because right after the fair, you start 2-days and sports.
Correct.
And all these other sports are mandatory, by a certain date. So
yes.
you have a very small window of time to do anything else.
Yeah. So it's, everybody's busier now, and, maybe some of these COVID things will stick. I was watching the news this morning, and they were just talking about the fact that, people now on average, they polled people and they were like, yeah, I can work at least 1 day a week at home and have plenty to do at home.
Absolutely.
And they kind of like that luxury, I think, of being able to work from home. I wouldn't be a person that could work from home every day because I just...
It's not something I enjoy.
Yeah.
I can do that anytime with my job. It's always been that way.
Sure.
That I have the option of working from home, but my office is so close and everything is there.
Yeah.
So it just is more convenient for me.
And, I think if you're any social type of person whatsoever, that would be hard on
now,
you.
Writing grants and writing award applications and stuff like that is quiet time. I can't be interrupted, and I just need, and those are also things coming due by the end of August. And
some other hat that you need to put on.
Where and when, probably be an evening sometime with the door locked.
Yeah, and I feel you. It's like, I'm with our new expansion, I've had to do a lot of research on equipment, things like that, and I go home and do that because I don't want anyone to bother me.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be in there selling corn.
No corn during research time.
Right.
But well, cool. So lots of things going on with the Farm Bureau. And then, do you guys still have apple butter as well?
We have some left.
Sorry,
Actually,
I have a tickle.
We knew that the Grange, and I think it's at the Lions that partnered maybe to make apple butter for the Apple Festival. We didn't make any to this point. We had some that we made earlier.
Okay,
and we don't want to step on their toes and sell it at the same time. So I actually, some of my group is getting together. We had a person from Jackson who's getting married in September.
Okay.
And he moved to North Carolina. So he came and asked, he wanted something as a favor for the wedding from Jackson County.
Oh, how cute.
So he came to me and asked if we would do little jars of apple butter as favors. So I'm going to the wedding. So the day, let's see, I think it's the Saturday of the Apple Festival is when he's getting married in North Carolina.
Okay.
So, I have Hog Wild stuff up until, and actually Saturday is a presentation. So my peeps are going to take care of that for me because we'll be toting about 250 or 300 little jars of apple butter down for a wedding.
How cute.
So that's a first. We've never done that.
No, that's so good though.
The Football Mothers Club asked us to make apple butter for them, but they need so much.
Oh, yes.
And with just so little time and with this wedding apple butter, I told them we just couldn't do it.
Not this year.
Not this year. That's something we'd have to plan in probably January or February to start making a few times because they sell a lot of apple butter during the festival.
Oh, yeah.
So we decided just to kind of now that the Grange and everybody's doing their thing with apple butter, we'll just sell our corn and our meat and anything else that anybody wants to focus on Hog Wild.
Yeah, and I love that so much because it's just all goes to the kids and that's the main thing. And if you do want to help the Grange with apple butter, they are very willing to have you come out and volunteer. You don't have to be a member of the Grange.
Right. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, they would love for you to come out and help.
Right. And leading up to that, we'll talk a little bit about, remind me when we talk about school stuff, I have something new to share. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to hear it here first.
Exciting. Oh, yeah, it's so exciting.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's talk about Hog Wild for a minute because, so many times people, come into our area and they go into a local business and there's this cute pig sitting there with a sign and it's all decorated and you're like, what the heck is this?
Yes.
So,
well, this is probably our 28th or 29th. I have yet to figure out exactly because we took a break. Way back when we first started.
Yes.
But we are in our 20-something, probably late 20th year of Hog Wild. And Hog Wild is a big ceramic piggy bank. Businesses buy them.
And they're very hungry, by the way.
Oh, they're very hungry. They're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown right now, so they really need
their bellies need filled up.
But we sell 40, and this year we accidentally sold 41.
Oh.
So we weren't going to tell him no after we realized, because what happens is we send a card out and people say, yes, I want my pig.
Yes.
And we reserve those. And then we open it up for anybody after our first choice goes to the people that did it the previous year. So we open it up and then our volunteers go around and just sell. They sell pigs, and they sold a lot of new pigs this year to new businesses. And so we were trying to keep track of it, and somehow we sold one extra.
Oh,
but
that's okay.
That's okay because every one of them are painted, and that's a first in a while because usually you'll have one or two that say, we forgot, and we just don't have time to paint it, but here's a donation.
Yes.
So we have, I don't know, there's 41. They're all on our Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau Facebook page.
That's right.
They each have their own individual link to PayPal.
Okay.
So people can donate. And we started that COVID. And it has taken off. I mean, there's a few people, a few businesses, but I could tell you probably at least half of them are donating through PayPal as well as collecting in their pig at their business. So that makes it real convenient. And we do Venmo also.
Okay.
So they can donate either way. So you don't have to be in Jackson or in a business. You can go to our Facebook page and just see the pigs that you like, click on that link and donate, which makes it convenient.
You're right. And then of course, so then what happens with the money that the people put in the pigs? And then there's different kind of contests throughout this entire thing.
So our contests are... First, it'll be People's Choice, and that will end sometime mid-September. And that is the pig that brings in the most money from round one, from the time they set it out till the time we have them brought in on a Thursday. And that will be the People's Choice. And that will be kept secret. All of our awards are kept secret until the end. And then the next one will be the most Facebook likes. So go to our page. They share it off of our page because we cannot keep track of everybody's pages and likes.
Right.
So we count the likes that are on our Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau page.
Gotcha.
Because once they share it, it's likes on ours too.
Yeah.
So that is the second one. And then we have a Most Artistic Creative Award, which every year is so hard. And I literally send those things to up north and I let people vote up there because they don't know the businesses. They just simply see the top 15 or so and say, okay, pick your winner.
There are some very creative pigs. And then Andy, Thank you, Andy, putting some of those up
Yeah.
there for people to see. And I don't know where people come up with these
I'm
things.
telling you, some of these just amaze me with the creativity that they do each year. I keep thinking, I say this every year I'm here. I don't think they can get much better than they did the year before. And then we get some and the names that they pick, and I'm terrible because I can't remember all of them, but they say who they are, whenever we put them on the Facebook page. They say their business name, the pig's name, and then that link, and it tells that these do go to scholarships. Yes. Yeah, I do know that one is Jerry's Do It Center. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, look at that hair. And I didn't understand that at first, but I do now.
It's a happy little apple tower.
Yeah. So, but then once we get those awards, then we pick a top 15, and it's based on the pig. A lot of times our FFA kids, they come in and shake those pigs out for us.
Okay.
They shake the money out. I take it to the bank, and we gather all the information, and then we bring it back.
Yeah, because you can't break those pigs.
No, my goodness. And they have to be very gentle with them and they're taking, there's bills in them too. So they'll twist and get it down at the bottom and have to pull it out without ripping. We have a few ripped bills every once in a while, but we tape them. And so then the top 15 will set in our window during the Apple Festival.
Yes.
And 1 week of voting will start then, and they'll have a picture at their business and collect at their business. And then we combine that on another Thursday, and that's the Thursday before the Friday of the Apple Festival. And then we would determine who the top hog is. So that is the collection of 1 week.
Yeah. Okay.
1 week only.
So then it starts all over again.
Yeah. All those top 15, it starts over. It goes to 0. So it's how ambitious people get during that week. And, there's times I'm thinking, there's no way they can raise that kind of money in a week. It blows my mind how much money some of these pigs bring in a week's time.
I know.
It's crazy. But the top 15 is based on some of it's money and creativity, and then just what the FFA kids like. Mm-hmm. They don't know who the business is, but they're voting on we put a number on them. Okay. So they pick, our top 15.
And again, all of this money that's raised, and this is why when we say the pigs are hungry or please put money in these pigs, it's not because the business is getting the money. Right. It's because this goes to scholarships for our local kids. So anything you stuff in these pigs is going to go to our local
Absolutely.
youth.
And we don't
not the business.
And we do Jackson Vinton. So that takes in Oak Hill, Wellston, Jackson, Vinton County. And we are always trying to up our scholarships. We started out with 1 scholarship, and we are now at 5 this year.
Wow.
So not only do we use it for scholarship money, but like say a school calls and says, hey, we have this program, we need awards for this. That's where it goes also for youth.
Okay.
So any of the programs that benefit multiple kids, not just like, hey, we're having a benefit for one person. We try to stay away from that kind of donations.
But it helps like a large group. But it helps
a large group at the schools.
Yeah.
Like the Oak Hill will send us for the Oakmania card. We want to be a sponsor of that. That comes out of there. Okay. So it's things that the kids are winning or benefiting from.
That's the point, to help these
It's helping
these
our kids because the businesses are doing this out of the kindness of their heart. Yes. They don't have to do it. They buy the pig, they collect, they get nothing out of it except a piggy page, which guys, the Telegram takes care of that. So we'll be sending that in, and they donate a full color page of all the pigs, the business, the names, and that's huge.
It is.
And they have done that every year that I've been here. So that's very huge. And we thank them.
It is. But at the end of the day, as a small community, I think that we are a very helpful and caring community, and stuff those pigs because it's helping the kids, and once again, it's not going to that business,
right?
No,
not at all.
So don't think that
they get very little. Matter of fact, it's a lot of work for them to paint it and make sure it gets set out and keep it set out.
Right. Make sure somebody doesn't mess with it and all that. So we got to protect our little piggies.
We got to protect our piggies. They're hungry though.
They are hungry, so they need
fed.
Yes, they need fed. So And they are not choosy. They'll take
No.
pennies. They prefer $100 bills,
100s
but
are awesome. They'll probably even squeal a little bit for you if you do that. Somebody will.
That's exactly right. So anything that you can stuff in those little piggies, we would be very appreciative, and that will help out our kids a lot.
Yep. So be watching on Saturday around noon of the Apple Festival on the main stage is when we announce all the winners from our top 15. And not everybody can win. But
of course,
that's okay. Everybody gets. I have noticed a little more competitiveness this year between a few. So I'm trying to keep that, nice. But
can't we all just get along?
I love the excitement. I love the new people getting out there and doing different things to collect. I mean, there's some that are saying, come in and get in this raffle for $5 for a chance to win something. And all of it goes in our pig.
Yes.
So you can be as creative as you want.
Absolutely.
You can do contests. The pigs travel. They can go. I saw a couple at the fairs that I was at.
Yeah.
Jen Davis, our fair vet, every vet, she takes that thing everywhere she goes.
There you go.
There's times where it's not a high traffic area. And that's when the PayPal and the Venmo codes help.
Yes.
And then also that you can take it with you.
That's right. So, they do travel. They like to go on car rides, just like your puppy. And
it's amazing to me
else.
when I talk about delivering pigs, people that are new. Like Jordan, the first time, was like, what are you talking about? You're going to deliver pigs. Not real pigs. We're delivering piggy banks.
Deliver piggy banks. Don't you know?
Yeah, come on. But yeah, Hog Wild is in full force. September is here almost. I mean, it's going to be here before you know it.
I know they were saying something about the third week in August or whatever, and I was like,
are we there? We are almost there. It's a 15th.
Oh, I know what it was. Pete Wilson was saying that somebody was having a meeting the 1st and 3rd of August, and it's next week or this week or whatever. I was like,
no, it's
what?
Not. Yeah.
It's August 1st.
It is the 16th, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So we're halfway through August. So you've got about a month left or less to donate to your piggies.
That's right. So get the money. We all have change laying around.
Absolutely.
Clean that change out of your car and just pick a pig and stick it in there. We don't care.
We don't care which one. It all goes for the same purpose.
That's exactly
now the business,
right.
They might, want you to do their own, but hey, it all goes to the same purpose.
Yes, it all goes to the same place. So whatever pig you feed, it's good. If they start to get a little skinny, you might want to
pop them up a little bit.
They need puffed up a little bit, but other than that, we're good.
Yes, awesome.
So cool. How is Miss Jordan doing?
She's doing great.
Let's talk about Jordan for a minute. She has come on board with the Farm Bureau.
She jumped in right in the middle of crazy season, and she's doing well. She's getting this, and I told her it's going to take a full year before you see how we operate and all the things we do. Yes. And we'll throw a couple new things in there, but she's very thorough. She said, I didn't realize how much stuff you guys did. And I said, I know a lot of people don't until you're in it, because she's not only doing stuff for our programs, she does the accounting and all that stuff too. So she wears lots of hats.
She does. Yeah. So if you come into the office, you'll see Miss Jordan in there as well. And she's a sweetie.
She is a sweetheart, and she will take care of you. So a lot of times you'll see her in there more than you do me, because I'm out and about, but I feel good that she's there, and she greets people always with a smile. She's so pleasant. But stop in and see Jordan. We have meat to sell, and we have corn. So
that's what I was going to ask you next. So what all are you selling at the Farm Bureau
today we have a little bit of honey left that's local from Pike County. I think we might have one jar, but I'm picking more up. We have a few jars of apple butter left. Mandy Way has been selling the heck out of our apple butter.
Okay.
So I've been supplying her with apple butter. And then Pike had kettle corn from the fair, but she took all that. So at her little farmer's market, she does our kettle corn, our apple butter. She does things from other places too.
Okay.
So we also always have Fraser beef, and we have Dempsey triple R ranch.
Okay.
Triple D Dempsey.
Triple D.
Triple D.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Beef. Yeah. So we got two options. We have two different freezers. You can pick which one you want.
Okay.
So and our prices are still a lot better than at the store.
Okay.
So stop in. You don't have a line to wait through,
That's right. You don't have to
can
deal with
park
all
and walk
the
in. Right.
madness. And yeah, you can park right in front. There's the apple butter.
There's
Thank
the
you,
apple
Andy.
butter.
You're
Yes,
doing
look at
so
you.
good, Andy. He's sweet.
Yes, he is.
So let's talk about the beef for a minute.
Okay.
What do you have? Steaks? Do you have
We
ground
have,
beef?
yes. Right now,
what do people buy?
Right now, hamburger, steak, and patties. Hamburger patties are hot.
Okay.
So grilling season.
Yes,
we
of
have
course.
bulk, which is $5 a pound. And then
Oh.
we have patties, and Fraser's is 6 patties for $9, and they're a certain size. And then Dempsey's has 4 in it, like 4th pound.
Okay.
And those are, I think, same price, but they're a little bit different in the weight.
And this is good. You're coming in, you're buying, number one, you're supporting local,
Absolutely.
which is fantastic.
Yes.
But you also are knowing where this is coming from.
Yeah.
And this isn't knocking the grocery stores or
not at
anything
all.
like that, because we need them.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
desperately need them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you have a choice and you know exactly where this stuff comes from, then it's not pumped full of a bunch of junk and whatever.
Well,
let's
and
think
the truth
about
of
that
the
for a
matter
minute.
is, 2 years ago, people were buying beef from farmers because they couldn't get it in the store.
Correct.
That hasn't slowed down a lot.
Right.
People got used to that quality of meat.
Yes.
And there is a comparison. There is. I mean, I'm just going to be real. It is, once you eat fresh beef compared to store-bought,
yes,
you will say, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the fat content, the water content, everything, this, you know what you're getting with us.
It's not full of pink slime.
No. And like I said, it's still cheaper than going to the grocery store. But speaking of that, I saw this morning on the news where they were talking about the food cost has gone up so high in the grocery stores.
My goodness.
And families are literally going out to eat more because it's cheaper.
Yes.
It's cheaper. They're calling, like, a lot of places are doing value meals or deals of the day. And they're literally saving money by going out to eat instead of buying groceries. And that's scary a little bit. I'm glad that we can do both, but they said the cost of food in the grocery store now is so much higher that eating out is not.
Well,
so
what
high.
will happen though with that is, if you're paying more at the grocery store, the restaurants are paying more too, and at some point the restaurants are going to have to
catch up.
Yeah, they're going to have to adjust their prices accordingly, and nobody wants to do that. That was part of my podcast or our podcast yesterday as well. Was that very thing of have you had to raise prices, and when do you know how to do it? And there were another group of people. There was a finance guy on there, and then the director of the Iowa Craft Brewers Association, and then Jamie and I, and we were talking about that, and they were all giving different things from their perspectives, but at the end of the day,
it's going to catch up.
It's going to catch up, and we all realize that, and we also realize that people understand that. And the girl from the Craft Brewers Association was saying that, like, they're saying it on the news. People are understanding, and they're being understanding that people are going to have to raise prices. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. It was just a kind of a segue into that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's going to catch up eventually. And please don't get mad at your local people or angry. Have some empathy and understand that they're not gouging you or whatever. I mean, you're paying more, they're paying more. Yeah. And it's not just for food or restaurants.
No, it's everything. It's everything.
I told Jamie one day I went to the store, and like literally I bought stupid stuff. Like it was like cat food and litter, and then like 3 grocery items, and it was $51.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't buy anything. Like, I mean,
you didn't
cat
buy
food and litter,
I mean,
but yeah, like,
eat, but
nothing. But I was
really
like,
for you. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It doesn't take long.
I couldn't believe it.
And people seeing it at the gas tanks. They're seeing
for
it
sure.
at the grocery store. So I'm glad ours is starting to come down a little bit because people were driving. I go to Columbus quite often, and man, it's a hard thing whenever you see gas 50, 60 cents cheaper, 45 miles up the road.
Yep.
And so it's starting to catch up a little bit down here.
Yeah,
so,
it is. And it is dropping a little bit. But yeah, anytime you can support local, you can buy local things, especially at great prices.
Yes.
Why not? And then you have that delicious sweet corn.
Yes. I mean, there are so many different people that grow sweet corn, and their corn is all great too around.
Yeah,
we started this partnership with Mandy probably 3 years ago. And it's just, I don't know what hybrid it is or what. Well, she
don't know what
different.
Crack they put in it, but it's really good.
It is really good.
Is it still like in the husk and everything?
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah.
So my favorite thing to do, and this is just a little cooking tip of the day, and I didn't believe that this would work until I tried it, is take it in the husk, throw it in the oven.
Oh, oven? I don't do oven. I do microwave.
Nope. Throw it in the oven.
For how long?
40 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It steams within the, it roasts, but it steams within the husk.
Okay.
So then when you take it out, don't try to take the husk off right away, because it will burn you. It will really burn you. But yeah, it just comes
right off
clean.
Yeah, it's kind of like at the state fair, how they do it, and you got the husk here. I do it in the microwave.
Oh, I never thought to do that.
4 minutes in the microwave. If I have 2 pieces, it's like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing.
Yep.
I cut, and then you can cut it right off if you don't like to eat it off the cob.
Yep.
Why not? It's good. Yeah. And I do it when I freeze it that way too.
Yes.
It takes a little longer because you have to, but you can only put a few in at a time.
Yes.
But it's good stuff.
My mom used to always freeze corn for the winter, and I didn't.
Yes.
I loved it, but I didn't appreciate it as much until then you go to the store and you just get like the regular stuff. You're like, oh no, this is not what I was wanting.
I froze like 20 pints last year from her corn, and I think I have 1 bag left. So saving it
for a special occasion,
right? But you can, she'll lower her prices a little bit because it's $8 a dozen, and that seems like a lot. And I know people that can buy it. You can buy it at Kroger, you can buy it at Walmart a little bit cheaper, but you get what you buy.
That's exactly.
And you don't know where it's coming from,
and you don't know you don't know what's in it and where it's been, and all that.
Mandy's Farm Bureau member. All the people that we sell their items are Farm Bureau members, so we are also supporting Farm Bureau members that are local, which is nice. We started that out calling it Farm Focus Friday because I was only going to do it on Fridays.
well, that kind of blew
up. It became a
year-round
thing, so we just now call it, hey, just stop in and get freezer beef or corn or whatever we're promoting at the time.
I think that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
Why not?
Right, and it's amazing because we have one certain person, and I won't mention his name, but he was coming in every week and buying hamburger patties every week. His kids would drop in, and he'd be like, I need cube steak this week. I mean, we've got a variety of stuff. Sure. We sell more roast in the winter, fall and winter time.
That's more of a fall. Yeah.
So we sell more of that in the fall, but we have several different types of roast. We have T-bones, we have ribeyes, we have New York strips. So we've got all you.
And do you have different sizes?
Yes.
So people have?
Yes.
Okay.
And we weigh them, and we put the price on per pound, and
Look at you. You're like all legit and stuff.
We are. We have actual scales, and it makes it nice.
That's cool. No, and again, it is local and supporting local folks. So that's the whole point. And supporting the Farm Bureau as well.
And that's the thing. We make 10%. That's all we keep off of the sales. Now, a lot of the stuff, like the honey, we just sell for $6, and that's what they charge us.
Yeah.
The corn, $8. That's what we charge.
Yeah.
Because, it's kind of minimal when it's seasonal. But for our beef, it's 10% is all we keep, and they get the rest. And every month we write them a check, and everybody's happy.
But then again, it goes to the kids.
Yep.
And that's the whole point.
Right. Everything we do, we have a purpose for, and it goes back to the community in some form.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that.
Yep.
Very, very much.
Good.
All right. So Hog Wild, feed those piggies because
for another month.
They need it.
Yes.
They're hungry and they need it.
And if you haven't gone on our Facebook page, I have, it amazes me sometimes to see where the donations are coming from. Like they're not even in state.
Oh, really?
So people have people out of state. They share that Facebook page and tag people.
Yes.
Because once they're tagged, they'll donate. It's been very good.
If nothing else, shame them into it. Just call them straight out.
put a couple pennies in it. Put $1 in it. Doesn't really matter. That's 100 votes. So, $1 is 100 votes.
So there you go. That dollar makes a difference.
It does make a difference. And sometimes, literally, when we're doing the top hog or the People's Choice, $1 could make a difference in who wins. Sometimes it's that tight.
Wow.
Yeah, which is exciting.
See, it's just like real voting.
Yeah.
Just your vote does count.
It does count, every one of them. For sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, cool. So that's kind of the Hog Wild situation. And again, you have a month to get those piggies fed. So please get out there and do that. So what are some of the other things that you guys are into or that
I
you
talked
wanted
a
to
little bit about
discuss?
annual meetings, which is coming up. Jackson's is September 1st. So everybody got their notices. If you want to come in, and it's $15 for the dinner. We do charge for the dinner.
Okay. And where is that at?
It is at Park's Edge.
At Park's Edge.
Yeah,
Okay.
6 o'clock, 6:15 is voting. 6:30 is actually our dinner starts.
Okay.
So, and then we have, dinner in the street.
It's back. Finally.
Yes, 2 years.
Suck it, COVID. We're back.
We are back. We've been in the magazine. The Ohio Farm Bureaus, Ohio will feature us in a magazine on our dinner in the street. So October 16th, it's a Sunday. Sundays work well for some reason. It's, I think 5:30, we will start like a social hour, and then 6:30 will be dinner. We're hoping to have a couple local people for dessert and a couple of local people maybe for some craft beer on that day, just to let people taste it. And, get a vibe of what we have here local.
Yes.
And then new this year, get this. We are going to have a blender bike. OSU Extension has a bike. It's a real bicycle, and it's got a blender on the fender.
A blender on the
fender. I don't know if it's in the front or the back, but it's on the fender. And we are going to make daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris, for anybody that wants to get on the bike and pedal a little bit to make that daiquiri, and then we'll pour them out. And
that is awesome.
We are going to have daiquiris. So we always like to do something where the people have to do a little something, like the year we made butter.
Yeah. Are you going to do that again?
I think we will, because it's going to be a few different people, and it's so quick and easy to do.
Yes.
And people don't realize you just need heavy whipping cream.
And it's delicious.
And a jar.
Yes.
And we'll get that. I think we'll do the butter for the rolls again. And this year, Smokin' Butts is going to be our grill master.
Okay.
And he's also going to provide the sides.
Okay.
Because they focus on a lot of local stuff too.
Yeah.
So last year, we talked about having it, and we were all about it. And then COVID started spiking, and he had told us, yes, he would do it. And I felt like we just needed to go back a year and fulfill that and let him do it. And he's going to bring his whole thing and set it up in the street.
Love that.
Cook. But we will have steak and chicken again, and then local sides. And then I'm hoping to talk to someone local that's really close to me, and I haven't talked to her yet, but think maybe she might want to do desserts. So that's a plan. I got to get to her. I keep thinking I have all this time, and October is not that far away. So
you're exactly right. So if someone is interested in purchasing tickets for the dinner in the street, and if you haven't seen it or haven't been there, it is just a wonderful, wonderful evening. Y'all close off Broadway right in front of the Farm Bureau, and it goes all the way, just a giant table the length of the street, all decorated. The FFA kids are your servers. They do a fantastic job. And they are such good kids.
Yes. And all the proceeds will go back to the FFA kids.
Right.
So that's kind of our little benefit for them. This year we have an addition, Wellston. Wellston has a new FFA instructor, Brenda, and we're going to see if we can get some of those kids to come and help us, as well as Vinton County. We've been doing a little more in Vinton County, so I think we're going to try to focus a little more on a couple different events up there that we can get their kids to come to.
Yeah.
But, we've been a lot more visible the past year and a half in Vinton County. I think sometimes it's harder to go to two things like, the fairs, but we've been actually doing more stuff in the community as well.
Love that.
So
absolutely. So how does one find out about the dinner and then purchase tickets? I know they sell just like that.
They do. And we are going to try to. I don't want to go too big. I want to. I want to keep it that nice amount. And I think probably 125 will be our max.
Okay.
We will have it in the Buckeye Farm News, of course. They'll advertise it in our Grow and Know event. So those are Farm Bureau members will see that. We're going to put it in the local newspaper, and we'll probably run it on the radio, and then we'll create an event on Facebook.
Okay.
That will be open to the public.
Okay.
It might be on my page. I'll have to see. I know that if you do it on a business page, I don't think you can make it private, which is good. So I think I can make it public on the Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau Facebook page.
Okay.
And trust me, the word will get out.
It does.
It's $45 if you're a member of Farm Bureau, and $50 if you're not.
Okay.
But again, the food will be at cost, and we'll pay for that, and then everything else goes back to the kids.
Yes.
To the local FFA groups, Oak Hill, Wellston, and Jackson.
That's exactly right. So there will be fun for all. You can make your own daiquiri. How fun is that? Yeah. Should be some beers there as well.
Hopefully.
And then great food.
Yeah, and that's all
and
included.
Fellowship is the main
that's
thing.
The main thing. You're talking with people that you probably wouldn't. The last one we did was very unique because we had people from Hamilton County, we had Ross County, we had Pickaway County. They see it in the magazine. I literally last year, once you put it in there, like I had to send them the information back in June.
Yeah.
For the publication of our Ohio. Other members see it. And I had people call last year and say, we want to come to the dinner and street. And I had to say, well, you can't do it. Oh, yeah. We had to cancel it because, COVID was spiking.
It was just bad timing.
It was. You can plan all this stuff now. It's just like our Ag Day. We're going to start in October and start planning that.
Yes.
But it's like Phil said, because I said, are we good to go? And he said, well, we are right now.
We're going to
but we don't know
pretend
what
as if it is.
Next year, we don't know what it holds.
Right.
So we'll plan it. And if we have to cancel it, it's just we do what we do.
That's right.
But you cannot start planning something that big in March.
No.
April.
And that's the thing, people think about these fairs and festivals and whatever. I mean, these are year-round planning process. And while it seems like, well, why?
Yeah.
Well, just because.
Because that's how it is.
Because that's how it is.
Yes.
And so, you can't just willy-nilly throw this stuff together quickly.
Right.
But
October 16th, it's a Sunday.
Okay.
So put that on your calendars. Watch for it in the newspaper, on Facebook, and maybe we'll even have another little shout out here sometime closer to the event.
Yeah.
If we need to sell out.
We need to get some pictures that we can put up too of previous years because it was so pretty.
Yes.
It was like Hallmark movie moment stuff.
It just blows my mind. That is one event that you can just look at it down the aisle and you just see sunflowers. I mean, they're even grown from dress backs.
Yeah.
Sunflowers was our decoration, white tablecloths, and then just everybody smiling,
just gorgeous,
having a good time.
And you're right. And then when you gave people the butter to shake, it was like they became 10 years old.
Yeah, it is.
So many giggles and so much fun.
Yeah, and you got to keep it fun.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So I think sometimes we forget that adults like to have fun too, even in that little silly way.
Yeah.
And how they realize that, oh my goodness, here we are, we're making butter.
Yeah.
And I bet you, if I'm guessing, I know how many times I've made it in the schools. Those kids, they are pros at it now, and they show their parents. And I've had teachers that now take that and do it with other groups in their classrooms. So they're taking my job, but that's okay because I can't be everywhere.
That's right. And you've taught them something and
it's so simple.
It is
so simple.
But it's something that you don't think about.
No. And you can tie so much into that. You can talk about dairy. You can talk about all kinds of stuff with that. Show where milk comes from and where the cheese and where you get your butter from.
It comes from the grocery store. What are you talking
absolutely
about?
Absolutely, it does. In a little tub, right? And it's sometimes called margarine, but it's not really butter.
It's called oil and other stuff that's not good for you.
That's right.
So shake some heavy whipping cream and make your own butter.
Heavy whipping cream. 10 minutes later, you've got butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
neat. Awesome. Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, do you mind if we put on your school board hat for a minute?
That. Yeah, we've got a few bits. I want to talk about something new this year that's coming, and something that
I don't even know what this is.
I know you don't. We actually did it at our last board meeting. We approved it.
Okay.
Something I've been talking about for probably 3 or 4 years, and it's probably going to make some people not happy, but it's also going to make a lot of kids that are already doing those things. So there's a requirement for graduation starting this year, and that is community service hours.
Aha.
Yes. Our kids currently
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. 15 hours this year. It's going to be 15 hours for our seniors, but it'll be 15 hours a year. So our freshmen will actually get the full picture of 60 hours total. We don't care how you get them. We don't care when you get them, but you have to have 60 hours of community service when you're a senior to graduate. And that goes along with SEALs that are now being distributed through, I believe it's ODE. They have SEALs, and there's so many different SEALs you can get. This way, all of our kids will have at least one SEAL with the community service.
Love that.
Yeah. So they'll graduate with at least one SEAL. And there's different ways you can earn these other SEALs. And we haven't gotten into that totally with Phil yet. But we are excited to just start this year. And, 15 hours, if you think about it, throughout the whole year, and this can be earned during the summer. It can be, just think of the things you can do. And I even told Phil, there's so many organizations out there like, Lions Club, there's Kiwanis, there's Rotary, there's outside organizations that always need the Grange. They may need apples peeled.
Right.
We always have the FFA kids peel ours. That's community service hours in the
Absolutely.
class.
Well, it's like when we do our Furry Friends fundraiser, have kids. Yes. I always ask the high school kids to come and help.
That's community service hours.
3 hours to play with dogs. That's rough.
Absolutely. But there's
I'll write you the best letter ever.
Right. And they'll have a form that they'll have to have,
helpful.
Documentations for.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't?
Wouldn't you come play with the dog for 3 hours?
Yeah,
that's 3 hours.
You might get a lot.
Yeah.
Starting this year. But it's something we need to do. It's something I've been wanting to do for years since I first came on the board. You think of these things as you go through the process, and I'm thinking, our kids do a lot. Why not get credit for it? Why not?
Agreed.
Let's hold them up and there's so many in-school organizations too that will count.
Yes.
So, and maybe they're in a study hall and I need letters stuffed in an envelope. That's all community service stuff. So
absolutely.
Anybody out there that has things that need to be done that kids can do at a desk during a study hall, or just get a hold of Mr. Howard or Melissa and get your name on the list, because I'm sure that some kids at the last minute will need a few hours. We have some procrastinators, like every adult. There's people that procrastinate, but man, they do it well and they get their job done. So, but I'm excited about that.
I think love that idea.
Yeah. And we're going to take it serious. A lot of schools around us do it, but they'll say, we don't really say they have to have them to graduate. Well, we're going to say you really, really need them to graduate. Because there's nothing wrong with that.
It is 15 hours in 1 year. That's not hard.
That's a full $365. 365 day year, not just your school year.
Yeah.
So heck, things at the fair.
It's so easy.
There's so many kids that do this, and I see a lot more. Like, I noticed some of our football players were working at the Pee Wee games or during summer things, helping.
Yes.
In a concession stand or wherever.
Right.
Baseball was doing the same thing. So those are community service hours.
Absolutely.
We need to give back. Our kids, we like to ask for money for fundraising. Mm-hmm. Every organization needs it.
Yes.
This is a way to give back.
Yes.
Those kids can give back.
They can work for it a little bit.
That's right. Doesn't hurt you. Yep.
And it gets them thinking outside the box of like how they can help the community.
Well, and it also helps on college scholarships, applications for college.
All looks really good.
Yeah. National Honor Society. Everything that we do, there's community service hours involved. Like, what do you do in the community? What do you do in leadership? That all will help.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of people maybe winning some different things, and who knows? Because I can tell you, back when Mariah was in school, my daughter, she was on the National Honor Society. She had the grade level or the grade GPA, but she had like way over the community service.
Yes.
So if you make the grades, and a lot of kids lack in community service.
Sure.
They're smart and they do everything they should GPA wise.
Yep.
Leadership wise, but they do not do community service. So this will help with that also.
Absolutely. Definitely looks good on those scholarship applications and just college applications in general. Right. Or job applications later on in life.
Yeah, who doesn't like to see that someone's giving back in the community? That tells me they're a worker.
Absolutely. And, if
they show up.
Absolutely. And you see a kid, even today, if I see a kid that I know was in 4-H or FFA or something like that, and they came to me and wanted a job, I would certainly definitely consider
Yeah.
that, because that
They
means
work.
that
their
they're
work ethics.
workers.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Responsible.
yeah, absolutely.
So that's exciting.
Yes, that is exciting.
So you're the first to know.
Woohoo! I love that so much.
Yeah.
All right, so yesterday in Jackson,
Yes.
city schools was the first day of school.
4 kids.
For the kids?
Yeah.
For the teachers have been back for a minute.
Yeah.
How did it go? Any issues?
Well, Phil said that he always sends us an email out.
He survived the dunk tank.
He did survive the
that's
dunk
good.
tank. Yeah. But he said no real major issues. We've had a lot of road construction.
Yes.
Bridges, and that's been a challenge. We've had some new bus routes due to one of the bus drivers quit, so we rerouted everything. So you'll get through the hiccups of that the first week. The big thing is elementary schools are not set up to take every student through with a car on a timely basis, and have buses come through too.
I drive through by Southview all the time because it's on the way to my
it's
house.
Always this way.
They're pulled out into the.
They're almost down to 93.
93.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
And at 1:00.
Yeah.
So first week, everybody wants to take their kids, but then after you have sat in that line for so long, I think they say, okay, it's time to get on the bus.
Bus it is.
Yeah. So anyway, other than a few things, but we always know that's going to happen. Kids are excited. Parents are excited, especially the elementary kids, to get there. By the time you get to be middle school, you're kind of like, just drop me off here and I'll walk up.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't want mom and dad to be seen dropping me off. Yeah.
So, but we'll get through the hiccups of that. Staffing's good. We had the new teachers in last Wednesday for orientation.
Yes.
And then the other teachers came in on Thursday and Friday for some training and service. We did some awards on Friday. I think, service awards.
Great.
To teachers. We had several that did 20, 25, 30, 35 years. So we recognized them. And so they went back to their rooms. They got everything ready. And voila, the kids started yesterday.
Just like magic.
Yeah, magic, it happens every year.
So let me ask you this. With COVID, and God, we'd hate to bring this up again, but are there still in the schools, are you all still having to deal with that? Or have you kind of just said, we're going to go back to normal and then we're going to gauge it from there?
Yeah, we are started back with no mask, no protocols. Everything's open.
So no more, you have to sit in a cage at lunchtime.
No more cages.
Scream across the plexiglass.
Yeah. So we are just like we were 3 years ago.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
That has to be nice.
If there's somebody that's comfortable wearing their mask and they want to, by all means, we are not going to, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody that's uncomfortable still has that option of wearing a mask. I don't know. I was looking when I was with the teachers. I didn't see a mask on Thursday or Friday. So kids, sometimes parents of kids are a little more nervous. I, every once in a while, more so in Columbus, like at the state fair. I was at the state fair 2 days. I saw people walking around outside in masks.
Oh, really?
And it's like, okay.
Good for you. Like,
If
whatever
makes you feel more comfortable being out, I'm glad you're out, but it's a choice.
Yeah.
And so
don't mask shame people.
No.
Don't do that.
No,
it's mean.
Because you don't know what
You're
they're
a bully.
going through. They could have some immune deficient.
Or they may be, I have a sniffle today and I'm not sure.
And maybe they're just trying to protect other people.
Correct.
So, but right now we are good to go. I think the protocol, and I'm not sure, it changes pretty frequently from the health department. I think it's a 5-day, once you're positive, it's a 5-day quarantine. And then 5 days, if you're going to be in an office or in school, would be a mask for 5 more days.
Right.
And we know that it's going to be there. It's going to be like the flu. It's going to be like any other illness that we're fighting. And the bad part about it is it's so different in everybody now. It's a head congestion. It's a stomach virus.
It's the craziest thing
I've ever positive seen. With so
I just
many
had a headache
symptoms.
and that was it. Or you're just like, what?
But I will tell you this, that the library still has an abundance of testing kits.
Okay.
So if you feel bad and you don't want to go somewhere without knowing for sure. But the problem with that is you could test negative and then the next day test positive.
I know. The whole thing is so stupid.
You just have to, I think you just have to know your body and be smart about it.
Here's the deal. If you feel bad, just stay home for
Right.
a minute and then, or if you have a fever, stay home. Like, don't, it used to be you went to work at any cost and whatever, but I don't think anybody wants that anymore. I think everybody,
it's not worth it.
No.
So we just, I know people have said this, we're just going to have to learn to live with it and deal with it and do what's best for you.
Yes.
Everybody has
and your family.
And your family. Do what's best. If that's wear a mask, then wear a mask.
Yeah.
If it's not, then so be it. But no, so we're wide open for like football games, sporting events.
Oh, that's good.
Volleyball, everything's good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
All right.
I think that we have offered, I did notice this year for your season, for your seats, reserve seats, you can buy them online, but you can still go into the office between certain hours also and see the athletic director, Secretary Kim.
Okay.
Smiling face, always. So things like that, I think part of COVID is we're going to keep some of those things. Well, some people just like to go online and get their stuff and not have to wait in line and
that's
go
totally
through
fine.
certain hours. That's fine too.
Yeah.
And I think ticketing will probably be our online again, which I think people have gotten used to that. It's convenient. Yeah. And the other thing I just had a thought and I thought, I wanted to say it and I lost it. Gosh, what was I going? Oh, kids will be admitted free again this year.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Yes.
How on earth did y'all pull that off?
Events. Well, I know that Matt Walburn was very instrumental in this last year. And I don't know if that was going on again or if we still had carryover from how much money they collected.
That is so
Businesses,
good.
organizations donated so that kids don't have to pay to get into any sporting events, which is huge, I think.
Now that's within, so if you go to Jackson
yeah.
at home games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not away games.
Yeah.
But yeah, any home game, junior high,
cool.
high school, we're letting kids come in free.
Yeah.
And that's thank you to the businesses and organizations that donated for that. So I'll get the down low on that.
Do you think we could pass as kids?
I don't know. I think not, probably.
Dang it.
Maybe.
Why are you laughing, Andy?
He's laughing at us.
What are you laughing about?
I plead the fifth.
All right. I used to like you.
I know. He used to be our friend.
Yeah. Guys, 4 minutes, 3 minutes to go, and now you turned on us.
And now he's turned on. We were doing so well with him too. We even said he was pushing all the right buttons.
That's all right.
Well, very good. No, that is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Well, there he pushed the weather button. We can do that.
Didn't mean to do that, but there you go.
Hey, there's the weather. So, hi, Richard. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you tuning in. But no, the weather is actually very, very good. Look at that, low to mid 80s. I mean, through next week, the beginning of your work week, and little bit of rain possible today and Sunday, Monday. But really, it is looking fantastic.
Love the weather. Hate the rain right now. Yeah. August has been. I don't ever remember this much rain in August.
Oh my goodness.
And it's not just rain. It's that sideways downpours.
It is
it's crazy.
And it's so spotty. Yeah. I don't ever remember growing up having spotty weather the way that we have it right now.
No.
Like it could be raining like on Main Street by the old KFC and then you get in by the post office and it hasn't done anything. Yeah. And you're like, what?
I think maybe now with the humidity, I think that's what caused so many of the crazy pop-ups was the humidity in the air. So
Al Gore was right.
Yes.
All the global warming.
Global warming. Oh dear. But yeah, we're
or you could be me and leave the water on the garden all night last night, which is what I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh dear. You have county water?
Yep. They're going to just...
You just tell them you filled a pool, and they'll maybe adjust it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They're going to say, kidding. What pool is that?
My garden.
Where's that pool?
Well,
there's a pool now.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to water that sucker for a while.
No, definitely not.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I called Jamie this morning. I said, please tell me you turned on the water this morning to the garden. He said, no, why? I said, well, because it's on.
Oh, dear.
I have no idea when I turned it on. It was yesterday sometime.
Okay.
Anyway, it's very watered.
Your plants will be happy.
Yeah, I guess. or floating
away somewhere.
But anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, we have just a few seconds left. Is there anything else, Kim? I know it's always so much fun when you come in because you just have so much stuff to tell us.
I think that's pretty much rounds it up. You know, we talked about all the good things at Farm Bureau and schools have, I think our football game is Friday away. Logan?
Can you
Is that correct?
believe it?
I think that's in Logan.
Yep, it's at Logan. Wilson's at Oak Hill, and Benton County's at Unioto.
Nice. Wellston and Oak Hill, huh?
All right, you
Okay.
just redeemed yourself, Andy.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Yeah. And Pete and Dan will be in on Friday. We're going to talk about Ironman football, so that
Nice.
will be fun.
Okay. Very cool.
And do that. So yeah, lots
Just
of great
reiterate
things.
a little bit about what you talked about yesterday. Safety
Safety.
for our kids.
Please listen. If a school bus is stopped and there's something flashing, stop. There's going to be a kid that jumps out of that bus, and it is God knows where they're going to go. So if you see kids out and about walking down the street, slow down, because they're going to probably dart in front of you. And we don't, there's nowhere that you have to be that is that important.
Right. Just slow down a little bit and pay attention
Yes.
to everybody around you.
They're children. We're adults.
Yep.
We need to protect them and watch out
Absolutely.
for them.
Yep.
And that goes for all our communities.
Yeah. Keep everybody safe.
Absolutely. So,
All right.
love that. So, all right. And we love that their kids are out walking. That's great.
Yes. Very good.
So, all right. Well, Kim Harless, of
Yes.
course, from the Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau, we appreciate you so much for spending your morning
Thank
with us.
you. I
It's
appreciate
always
it.
so much fun. Make sure you get out, stuff those piggies, the Hog Wild piggies, with any kind of money because they are hungry.
That's right.
And don't forget, all of that money goes to our local youth. And that's the whole
That's right.
important thing. So,
Yes. And thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. And we will be right back here tomorrow. And we hope that you've enjoyed the show. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.